You know that moment when you finally come out on the other side of being sick and you discover an energy, a vitality that gives you a sense of clarity, power, purpose. I'm in that moment right now. I just got over the flu. It hit me while I went on vacation. I landed in Mexico, had one day of play, and the next day, it just hit me. And I was bedridden for the entire trip with every possible symptom that you could ever not want. It was absolutely traumatizing. And I ended up booking my flight early as an emergency flight because I felt as sick as I did and as helpless as I did as well. It just would not go away. I landed on, when did I land? I landed on Thursday afternoon. Today is Sunday. And from Thursday afternoon till today, I've just been bedridden as well. Now, why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because I had these aspirations for starting the new year in a way that was exciting. I had these aspirations for giving myself this surge of creative expression that would help catapult the energy that I was ready to create in my life so that I can start manifesting the things that I set the intentions to manifest. And in that time, I felt as if everything I ever wanted was actually never gonna happen. Maybe dramatic, but in reality, it really did feel like my purpose made no sense, like my creativity was pointless. There was no energy, there was desire, but there was that missing element between desire and action. Like there was nothing available for me to give, to cause, to create. And I started to really feel absolutely hopeless and pointless about what it is that I was going to be doing with my life. And now, in this moment, waking up today, discovering this vitality, I was like, I had this clarity. And the clarity was the disciplines that are involved in my type of work. I have a really powerful passion for helping coaches that are in their first, second, or third year of business. I have a connection to them. I have an affinity to them because I've been where they are. I empathize with those beginning stages, and I love providing people with that type of clarity and strategy and step-by-step system to be able to help them understand, like, this is what to do. So this morning I got a download, and the download was the 7 disciplines involved in actually building a business in the coaching space. Now, I know a lot of people speak about business and online coaching and online business. I know there's a lot of that out there, but I find that there's a lot that people don't discuss. I think that a lot of people just discuss what's publicly seen rather than what's actually embodied. So I'm going to share those 7 disciplines with you right now. The first discipline is the discipline of knowing your workday. This could look like how you set goals, how you plan the night before, anything that involves you understanding what your day looks like moving forward. That discipline is super important because it is in you knowing what your day is going to look like that you create the anticipation to cause the day. With that energy in mind, knowing what you're going to be doing throughout the day, that's where when you're doing your morning rituals or when you're doing your daily practices or when you're going to the gym or however you start your day, you know that you have purpose. There's some form of mission involved in the day. You're waking up on purpose, and the purpose of the day is to fulfill on what you've prepared for the day. Knowing your work day ahead of time is going to help you essentially create the path for what you're causing in your life, what you're choosing to manifest, who you're choosing to be, who you're serving, what you're causing, what you're co-creating, what you're ultimately manifesting. So number 1, the first daily discipline is to know your work day ahead of time. The second discipline is the discipline of delegation. So if you're starting in the first, second, third year of your business, it doesn't mean that you're not good enough or far along enough to be delegating. If you could start your business with the discipline of delegation, start your contribution to society with the discipline of building a team, you will build so much faster. You do not have to do this on your own. So delegating is essentially giving the tasks that you're not an expert at or that you don't want to be doing because you could be doing things that are more productive to people that are very good at it or that are willing to help you. Delegate the things that do not align with what it is that you believe keeps you in your zone of genius. The third discipline is the discipline of creativity and action. Marketing and advertising is creativity in action. Creativity is me turning on this camera. Creativity is writing a script. Creativity is creating a program. Creativity is creating a module. Creativity is writing ads. Creativity is working on Canva. Creativity is editing videos. Creativity is starting creative conversations. Creativity is showing up online. Creativity is anything and everything that helps promote the awareness of what it is that you're out to cause in the world. Your creativity in action is going to help you ultimately position yourself in a way that demonstrates the mission-driven initiative that you've taken on through the work that you're doing. Creativity in action is an ongoing demonstration of your commitment to the work that you're doing. It is through your creativity in action, through your creative expression, that you are positioning yourself in a place where the world takes notice of what it is that you're up to, how you can help, and what it is that you're really great at. Creativity in action is a discipline. It's also a non-negotiable. And if you're not a creative person, then again, the discipline of delegation. Delegate your creativity or delegate your creative ideas to someone that is creative and have them produce those materials, right? So that's the third discipline. The fourth discipline, the discipline of company knowledge. So you must know your company inside and out, what it takes to scale it, how to build it, how to serve your clientele. You must know your numbers. You must understand the industry that you're working in. You must understand, you must be learning, you must be studying mentors, you must be studying speakers, you must be getting better at your craft. The more you discipline yourself to better understand your company's knowledge, the more likely you can continue to raise your rates, serve with integrity, create products that are of quality, and feel really good about who it is that you are in this world as you publicly take a stand and say, hey, I'm open for business. I can make a contribution to your life for the better. You can trust me with your problem, with your pain, with your money, with your attention, with your desire. You can trust me. The discipline of your company knowledge, having that discipline is one of the most fundamental aspects of building your business, because the better you understand the industry that you're in, the better you can take that knowledge from the industry that you're in and apply it to your business, modify it in a way that is customized to what makes you unique, and ultimately translate that into the experience with the clients that are going to be hiring you for your services. The fifth discipline is the discipline of personal integrity. Now, this is a big one. I relate personal integrity to anything related to what I call Godfidence, which is accessing God's confidence. I do that through prayer, meditation, fitness, breath work, writing, anything that connects me to the insights that are beyond my brain and my mind, but really from a soul level, so that I can drop in, disconnect from anything related to the ego and allow God's love, God's power, God's influence to flow through me. Personal integrity is when you say that you're going to do something, you then do it. Well, that relates to your spiritual path, that relates to your wellness path, that relates to what you said you're going to do in your personal life with your family. It relates to how you cause balance. Personal integrity is a non-negotiable. And when you master or get into the obedient practice of having the discipline to practice integrity, your life and your business become congruent, and you realize that one cannot live without the other out of integrity. So the discipline of personal integrity, whatever personal integrity looks like for you, it's an absolute game changer and it's an absolute must. The sixth discipline is the discipline of client communications. So how are you in communication with your clients on a day-to-day basis? How are you in communication with the community of leads that you've generated? How are you in communication overall with anyone that has given you their email or anyone that has exchanged value for value with you? The discipline of being in communication with them, non-negotiable. You have to be in communication with your clients. Let people know that you're there. Let people know that you're available. Depending on the bundle and how you serve, what your model looks like, it's important for your clients to know that you're available for communication, whether that be something that you've delegated or something that you take on yourself. It's important that you discipline yourself to be in communication with your clients. The last discipline is the discipline of money management. So many first, second, and third year business owners in this space disregard the money. They look at the money as what they make, but they don't look at the money as how to use the money so that it compounds and so that it keeps them safe. And the reason for that is because first, second, and third year coaches, let's say primarily the first year, in the first year of business, if you haven't been taught how to actually bring in money consistently, then you're literally living paycheck to paycheck until you somehow figure it out. And it's a tragedy, because we go into these businesses wanting to help people, wanting freedom, wanting to essentially build our own economies, but we end up just working for ourselves in a way where we have to scramble to make money because we don't have any systems in place, we don't have enough trust, we don't have lead acquisition models. There's so many things that are missing. When you don't have a money management system to be able to compound your money on a consistent basis, you're literally living paycheck to paycheck. And that forces you to not look at your bank account because you're actually afraid and because you're actually ashamed. Disciplining your money management systems from the very beginning, from right now, starting a model, starting a system, whether it be Excel, having a conversation with your accountant, hiring a financial advisor, taking a money management course. It is an absolute game changer for your business. If you do not have discipline with your finances, you're doing this for nothing. You're gonna end up broke, and you're gonna end up tired, and you're gonna end up quitting, and you're gonna be someone that was really good at what they did, but somehow still failed. Why? And it was because the money, the thing that was the life force of your safety in your personal life and in your business, the money wasn't being treated with integrity. And so you ended up actually succumbing to that lack of knowledge, to that lack of discipline, and your business imploded because there was no systems in place to help you keep yourself financially safe. If you don't feel safe, you start doing really, really strange things to make money. And you start thinking really, really self-destructive thoughts, because you start to consider yourself someone that is not good enough to do this work just because you're not being compensated for it, or because you don't have the financial, material measurements of success that you see online, and that causes you to trick yourself into thinking that you're unworthy, that you're not good enough. Money management systems and having the discipline to do it are non-negotiables. Now, there is an overarching element to these 7 disciplines that must be applied. And it's gonna sound very masculine in the energy of what I'm saying, but it's a necessity. And that is the word obedience. Discipline is the ongoing experience of practicing discipline, but having obedience is essentially, it's almost like the next level of discipline. When you're obedient in the way that you apply yourself to these disciplines, you create almost like a shell, a protective layer around your behavior in your business. I hope that these 7 disciplines have helped you. I have ignited my passion and expression. I feel this, like I said, it's a vitality that is now back in my space. I still feel like I'm still like sweating a lot of the virus out of my body, but I feel empowered by what I've communicated in this message, and I look forward to sharing many, many more. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments section. You can email me, just get in contact. Let's have a conversation about these disciplines. If you have systems in place already for these 7 disciplines and you want to share it with myself and this community, I'm sure that we would all be very, very, very grateful to see what it is that you've done and what's working really well for you. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.